Detectives call it one of the worst crimes they've ever worked. A 14-year-old girl tortured, then shot in front of her father.
That father then burned alive with his daughter in the car. Tonight, investigators say this is the face of one of the men responsible right there. And now the search is on for the 23-year-old man. 5 on Your Side investigator Scott Knoll live outside the East Cleveland Police Department with the latest.
Murder charges were filed here this morning. The suspect, a guy with a violent past. Last January, police officers saved Ronald Newberry's life, rushing him to the hospital after he was shot 16 times pulling out of a driveway. Now detectives believe Newberry was on the other side of last month's deadly attack that killed 39-year-old Paul Bradley and his 14-year-old daughter, Paris.
I mean, the fact that you would torture a 14-year-old girl, shoot her 3 times in the head, by all evidence indication, Paris was shot while Paul was still alive, and Paul was burnt alive. That takes a peculiar personality to do that.
Investigators say surveillance video showed Newberry's Ford Edge driving to the abandoned lot and speeding away from the spot where Bradley's rental car was found burning with the bodies inside. The deadly end, what police believe started as a plan to rob Bradley.
You know, the victim was pretty well off financially, and Mr. Newberry and his associates were aware of his financial status.
Police say Bradley's Bedford home was ransacked and items missing. They say it was also doused in gasoline. So much so, detectives hope it could help them ID others involved.
Somebody had to have seen it. I mean, there was an extraordinary amount of gasoline that was used on this crime. They had to have stopped somewhere and filled up multiple gas cans.
Court records show Newberry was charged in a 2014 robbery and murder. That case was dismissed. Today, East Cleveland police said other departments have come forward with information connecting the 23-year-old to at least one other robbery and killing.
You know, there's some pretty direct evidence that indicates that Mr. Newberry has done this before, and that this is sort of his operation.
Police here believe they have that getaway car caught on video. They say Newberry actually took it back to the dealership where he bought it a couple of weeks ago, complaining the radio didn't work. Live in East Cleveland, I'm 5 on Your Side investigator Scott Knoll.